Hello my friend and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm taking a look at a solid studio monitoring setup that won't break the bank. We've got the new ESI Audio nEar i5 studio monitors and the ESI Audio MoCo passive studio monitor controller. So let's dive in and see what these can do for your studio. So first up, the ESI Audio nEar i5 studio monitors, compact studio monitors aimed at delivering you an accurate and clear sound. They feature a 5-inch paper curved cone woofer and a 1-inch silk dome tweeter. And they offer you a frequency response of 44 Hz to 20K. On the back, you'll find balanced XLR and unbalanced 1/4-inch TRS inputs, making them widely compatible with most audio interfaces and setups. The built-in Class D amplifier provides 50 watts of power to the low frequency driver and 40 watts of power to the high frequency driver. Now looking at the back of these monitors, we've also got a notched level control along with low frequency and high frequency shelving with multiple settings. There's also a rather unique character switch giving you two separate options: mix and listen and reference. And we're going to take a listen to that in a moment in the sound comparison. Now, trying to showcase how speakers sound on YouTube isn't exactly ideal. Factors like compression and playback, as well as my room not sounding the same as your room, throw into the hat all the variations and variables that different microphones can throw up, and you're not exactly getting a scientific test. So what I'm going to do is flip the monitors into mono using the MoCo passive controller and close mic a couple of other single monitors in the same price range. This way at least you're going to get a direct comparison, and for this comparison test I'm using a Lewitt LCD 040 match small diaphragm condenser microphone. I'm placing it around a handspan away from the monitor speakers, and on each recording I've placed the microphone equidistant between the woofer and the tweeter. So let's check it out. Now, as you can probably tell, I've moved location from the start of this video. I'm actually going through a house move at the moment. So I thought this temporary spare room setup would actually be a good opportunity to try out these ESI Audio 5-inch monitors. And I think this typical spare room home studio setup is exactly where monitors like this really flourish. So now let's talk about that MoCo passive monitor controller. This little device is an absolute game changer if you're looking to easily switch between monitor pairs. Now what's great about the MoCo is that it's completely passive, meaning there's no coloration to your sound. It features multiple inputs, XLR, TRS and RCA, allowing you to connect sources from your interface to external devices. And here's the cool part: you can easily switch between two different sets of monitors with just a touch of a button, making it super easy to A/B your mix on two sets of different monitors. And that can be so helpful when you want to get a well-balanced mix that translates across different systems. Now, as well as being able to easily switch between two different sets of monitors, you've also got one button for an instant mute, you've got one button for a mono control, and you can also switch the left and the right easily, again with just one button. Of course, in the center of the MoCo is also that huge big volume control, which I can tell you is so handy just to have an easy reach on your desk. I found over the last year or so in my Focusrite interface, the volume pot has started to really become a crackly, and it's sealed in and very hard to get in and clean any of that dust out. So now that's not a problem with my MoCo controller. I can simply set and forget the volume on my Focusrite and use the MoCo volume knob as my main control. Now, earlier on in the sound comparison, I felt that these ESI Audio nEar i5s certainly hit in the same ballpark of the rather impressive Kali Audio LP UNFs. Whilst I feel that these monitor speakers lack a little bit of the clarity of the UNFs, it is well worth bearing in mind that for the same price of those speakers, you can get the i5s as well as this MoCo controller, and that's going to be a tempting deal if you're setting up your home studio. What I also noticed in the comparison is that these PreSonus RS 4.5s certainly sounded more hollow, less rounded in the low end, and a little bit more aggressive in the treble, which got me thinking, did I do them some injustice by not quite getting the mic in the right place? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up. I'm going to use my MoCo passive controller to easily switch between the two and see what they sound like. So let's take a listen. So they were the Easy Audio. Now let's bring in the PreSonus 4.5s. Definitely a lot toppier. Back with the Easy Audios. Definitely a lot fuller in the low end. And in those low mids. And these 4.5s certainly sound a lot more aggressive in the treble by comparison. That's so easy to do with this passive controller. So lots of pluses for these two pieces of studio gear from Easy Audio, but I want to share with you a couple of niggles which I've come across whilst using them. First of all, with the studio monitors, they've got an eco mode which I can't see there's a way of turning off, which means if you leave them for a short period of time, when you come back to them, there's about a 2 or 3 second soft launch of quiet before the monitor speakers come back on. I've come across this with other monitor speakers too. I get the point of it, I just don't like it, and I wish I could switch it off. And with the MoCo passive controller, whilst overall the build quality feels solid enough and certainly nothing that I would complain about, the buttons do just feel a little bit flimsy. If you want to find out more about the Easy Audio nEar i5s or the MoCo passive controller, I'll leave some links for you below this video. If you enjoyed this video today, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this gear in the comments box below. If you enjoyed this one, you definitely want to check this next video out.